Good morning. First morning after sleeping in the car in Argentina. I'm still alive.
Welcome to SWELLER'S and WELLER'S.
It was a little noisy in the first few hours until maybe midnight with cars and bikes and dogs barking. And then it quieted right down. It's been beautiful. I slept in the back seat, stretched out, and it was surprisingly comfortable. With the blow-up thermarest stretched across the back seat, it evens it right out and makes it nice and cushy. Yeah, I can say it was perfectly fine. So, success. But now it's time to get up, cook some breakfast, and head out for the day's activities.
Window's a little bit foggy. Not too bad. Just 100 meters down, 50 meters down, is the beach. And there's a great spot for cooking. Let's go have some breakfast. Boiling up some water. All right, got ourselves some nice hot oatmeal and some tea. Look at this view. Found the perfect spot on the beach to air out the sleeping bag. Assembling some peanut butter sandwiches in the hatchback on the lakeside. Just driving away from my first night's camp.
So we're on our way to the trailhead to climb Cerro Lamona. Best I can tell is that this mountain's name has a somewhat distasteful history. It came about when the first ascensionists were able to climb it with relative ease.
Mirador Inalco. What a beautiful day. Number 2 of the 7 lakes, Lago Espejo. That's my attempt at Spanish.
The word espejo means mirror. This lake, which reflects the landscape on its clear waters, was given its name by Enrique Wolf, an explorer, topographer, and engineer who explored this area between the years of 1895 and 1896. In his writings, he describes his amazement at the huge larches and lake that resembles a mirror.
Lake number 3, Lago Corontoso. There's a lot of bikers along this route. Remnants of an old bridge along the Rio Rucamalan. And a couple of guys fishing for pescado along the new bridge. Ah, muy bien. Look at his fishing rod. It's an empty can of corn. Perfect. Wow, it's a little fox. Drive down this side road for a couple kilometers. Oh, it's a bit bumpy. We have arrived at the trailhead for Cerro Lamona. Just a couple of meters out of Lago Espejo campground. First thing we gotta do is walk back up the road. It's not far, less than a kilometer. It's just that there's better parking where we parked. As you're walking down the road, you can occupy yourself with stealing a few first quick peeks at Cerro Lamona when the forest gives you a view.
After about 5 minutes, you come to the intersection where the trail begins and you leave the road. I know you're on the right track when you come to the sign. Whoa! As always, watch out for the poop. Once you leave the road and start on the trail, well, the first part of the trail is actually another old road. Along the way, there's a few branches. Make sure you stay on the main old road. The first section on this old road actually isn't so bad. It's beautiful, quiet, peaceful forest. Just me and the birds. There is the summit, way back there. Fairly far away. Bit snowy. Hopefully we can get around that. I don't even think that's the actual summit. That's the false summit back there. But it is what it is. This is what we came for. Let's get to it. After about 15-20 minutes, you come to a little camping spot, or the trail that continues to the peak. There's the peak. Got a bit of snow on it, but we have to go down here into the valley and cross a stream. A dead cow or something. It smells bad. Oh man, looks like we have to cross this river. Hope we don't have to get the feet wet. Oh, we're saved. Haha, the trail goes this way. We do have to cross this rickety looking old bridge. Oh, there was a lizard. Can you hear that bird? After about half an hour, you really start climbing. Sometimes the tree trunks are so big here, you can't even cut through them with a chainsaw. Some more enormous logs. There's an arrow. Luckily they've cut some steps for us. Ah, nice little waterfall there through the trees.
The emerald forest frog lives in the darkest part of the forest, hidden beneath logs or fallen leaves. It changes colors like a chameleon. At night, its color is a dark green, and during the day, its body becomes bright emerald with two iridescent brown stripes.
Oh, look at that hollow log. I should go in and check it out. Oh, I know. Sweller, what are you doing, man? You don't want to go in there. Well, you're right, I don't. Down low, you make your way through lots of bamboo forest. Most of you know I usually don't like to eat my lunch until I'm at the top. But once again, we got a late start, and it's 1:30, and I'm getting hungry. What? Don't be such a slave driver. Let's fuel up for the push to the summit. Since the grocery store was handy this morning, I figured I'd buy myself some cheese, so we get a special treat instead of peanut butter today. Oh, and look at this. Look what we dug up from the bottom of the pack. One lonely old coconut cream cookie. Let's finish this off. Well, we're getting high enough that the forest is starting to thin out a bit. Well, that's nice. A log that I can actually step over. You know that snow we saw at the bottom? Well, we've reached it. Here we are, my friends. We've hit some snow patches, but they're small right now, so we can just go around them. But I'm just going to go right through this one. It's tiny, and the snow is hard. Well, we've got about 400 meters elevation gain to go, I think. And hopefully we can make it around these snow patches to keep going. We'll see. 400 meters is a fair elevation gain. But hey, here's a great view. Let's take a look. Well, we pretty much reached the shoulder of Lamona, the shoulder of the female monkey. 350 meters to go, approximately, from what I can tell. Let's hope we can make it. There's a lot of snow up here. Hopefully it's solid. That'll help a lot. I have to traverse a fairly steep slope here. We'll have to be careful. Look at this crack. That's a bit nerve-wracking. We're gonna have to keep aware here. We're gonna try and avoid the snow and keep to the rock as much as we can. That was a little intimidating.
And way in the distance back there, Volcan Puyehue. That's a volcano for you non-Spanish speakers.
It's getting fairly windy up here. It's hard to tell which way to go for the final bit. I think I'm just gonna hit the shoulder. I'm gonna hit the shoulder straight on. When you think you're getting close to the summit, there's another bump. I'm hoping this is the final one. Once you get to the top of the bump, you can see there's yet another bump. Yes, my friends, but the views are great. Let's keep plodding on. The final few steps, I think. Oh, yes, we have made it. Woo! Cerro Lamona, the female monkey. I'm glad I got that monkey off my back. There are snow-covered peaks and volcanoes and lakes for as far as you can see around here. And some of them are really caked in snow. So you've got to be pretty selective about picking your objectives or be ready for a full mountaineering experience. You know, the good thing about all this snow is that on the way down, we're gonna get some great boot skiing. Woo! Do you think I'm having a little bit of fun? Here's another big ski. There we go, down this steep traverse. Camping, 2.5 hours. Well, on the way up here, I was up to this point in 2 hours, so should be a bit quicker for us. Now that we're down lower, it feels like summer again. Let's take off the jacket.
A few snowballs in there from our wipeouts.
After about 5 hours and 10 minutes, we're back at the car. But we got a lot to do yet. It's already 5:30. We gotta have a little bath. We gotta filter some water. We gotta eat dinner. And then we gotta figure out where we're gonna camp for the night. So, let's get busy. There's a little creek here where we can wash up. So here's what I did for dinner. I bought myself a canister of gas because you can't bring those on the airplane. So I bought that here. But I brought my stove from back in Canada. And I bought some pasta. Cooked up some spaghetti. And threw in a can of tuna. And I got this dehydrated tomato sauce. I was going to buy packets of tomato sauce like I do when I cook in the hostel. And you know what? This way I can control the salt because I don't like too much salt. And also, when you don't have refrigeration, you kind of have to get creative. So this is great. I just add it to the water and mix it up. And you know what? It's delicious. Another cool thing about this spot I found next to the car to cook dinner is, I never showed you, but I've got a little lizard friend here that seems to live in the logs. I can't see him now. I don't know where he went. He was just sunbathing out here a minute ago. I know what you're saying. But, Sweller, come on, what are you doing, man? Why is it so soupy? Well, when I go hiking, I don't tend to drink a ton of water, and I get probably a little bit dehydrated. So, whenever I cook dinner, I make sure there's a lot of water in there, and even if it's not supposed to be soup, I kind of make it soupy, because I need all the water I can get. That's why it looks soupy. So I realized I made a dinner error. I intended to mix in a can of peas with my pasta and tuna, but hey, it's not all lost because I've got a backup. I've got a few cans of Argentinian creamy corn. Let's take a look. Well, it's certainly different than in Canada. It's a lot more watery, but it tastes pretty good. Yeah, it's not too bad. It kind of grows on you. It's cream corn. It's the same, but it's different. It's also definitely sweet, like cream corn back in Canada. I was going to have dessert, but I don't know. This is kind of like vegetables and dessert at the same time. It's actually a really nice-looking campground, like 200 meters past the parking spot for the hike. It's basically the end of the road, and it ends at the lake. It's on Lago Aspijo Chico, a smaller Aspijo. If I was going to stay here for any length of time, I'd actually consider it. But it's already 7:30 and I'm getting up early to go hiking, so it doesn't really make sense to pay. I'm going to go find somewhere free again to get a few hours sleep. But it does look like a nice place if you're looking to relax. Wow, what a beautiful little road to drive at night. Nice. Just at the side of the highway, there's a little pullout. It doesn't say no camping, no sleeping, so I'll give it a shot. Next time on Sweller Van Dweller. Do you think I should taste it? There he goes. Zero Faulkner! Argentina! We have a visitor. But we gotta power through it. The only thing left is for me to pay and get out of here before I explode. If you enjoyed that video, then you should watch this one next. And if you've seen that one, well then you should watch this one. And if you've watched them both, well then, you're one of my top subscribers. And I appreciate you so much. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.